Hello. Game. Time.
Everything by the numbers.
War Thunder. What item I got? I got a recyclable item. Get in the bin. Hello everyone, gaming time. Felt like a bit of War Thunder again for the first time in a little bit of time. Jets on the brain. How y'all doing? Whew. This weekend, I think we're gonna do Battle Bees tomorrow. And then maybe 2 days of XCOM is what I'm planning. We'll see. See how I feel. Might do 2 days of other stuff like Battle Bees and 1 day of XCOM, but I kind of want to get more days of XCOM going so that we can get closer to finishing the campaign before Broken Arrow comes out, which is only in a month. Being real, we're not going to finish it anywhere near that time, but it'd be nice to start getting some more done on the XCOM campaign. So we'll see, maybe. Hey Growlcore, how are you? I'm wearing Growlcore's finest, yeah, I'm wearing Growlcore's, like, space sci-fi Navy Admiral officer uniform. Thank you very much, Growlcore. I freaking love this thing. Exit says you don't want to do the temple ship on your 40th birthday. I'm gonna change my loadout for the missiles. Don't forget that next time. Turtle says I just looted a famed item in Battle Bar. It's called Lethal Pecker, so I'm doing well. Oh, and is it good? Is it lethal? What kind of weapon type is a Lethal Pecker? Is it a bow? Is it a pick? I'm trying to guess what that would even be. Why not a hammer? I would not have guessed a hammer. Paddle chicken. Chicken jockey! Oh, it's the Kiss of Death, says Varley, I see. You guys have my apologies because I didn't do my subs and dubs right on last VOD. I realized I raided before I did the Twitch subs and dubs, so thank you to Trinity Shoji for 9-month sub, Iglog 110-month sub, Starbright Forever Raid Mode Party 45, Crazy Cat 357 81-month sub, Skyman Wielder 14-month sub, Otter Captain Raid Mode Party 3, Benjamin Pants 25-month sub, Jeff Ronks 78 months, Wolfoven 61 months, Jingu 86 months, Blue Mary Love 31 months, Oracle of Maya 36 months today, and Croker today 69-month sub. Nice, thanks guys. Thank you guys, girls and MBs. I realized right as the raid was going through last time before I could click cancel, I was like, oh no. Has such your subs been validated and you need to pay Beagle again? I don't think so. Oh. Where's my team at? Back there, okay. Go over here. And back out. Come around again. Tomorrow says, what's this about jets in the ocean? The US Navy keeps dropping their spaghetti, but instead of spaghetti, it's Hornets. And instead of on the floor in GameStop, it's into the ocean off aircraft carriers. So it's not massive POG. To translate it for you, L's for the US Navy, not POG, not dubs. Not what they're looking for. We hate to see it if you're in the US Navy. If you're not in the US Navy, it's up to you how you feel about it. I don't think it's good. Have we lost him? Was there not a fucker there? What's going on here? Yeah, there's a fucker. I want to turn away from their nose, but I also want to keep track on them. And I want to not be flying into their friends, so I've kind of had to make a choice here. The choice I've gone with is to fly into their friends who are hopefully not too nearby. We do see the plane. Got him. I think the others are ghost contacts. Exodus is all good, just increase tariffs. Right. Of course. How could I not understand that? Okay, this time I'm gonna turn towards my friends. Oh, I had friends over there. Well, I'm still gonna turn this way. They're notching as well. No, they're actually staying pretty on. I might blow your ass up, man. You gotta watch out for me. I'm coming at ya. Okay, I wanna get... Oh, shit! Did not see them coming. At all. I have been IR missiled. You want to avoid that, is what you want. You want to avoid being snuck up on by a high-altitude Russian jet that heat-seekers you and you have no idea. My bad. Things were going well until that happened, to be frank. What's Razgrees? What's Razgrees with you? Razgrees is a thing from Ace Combat 5. Part of that story. Delta says, is it time to kill with an R-27 ET carrier? If that's what would bring you happiness, Delta. That's what you would enjoy. Perhaps we could queue up together if you prefer. I'll leave that up to you. I might be... Oh, I didn't change my missile load again. I might be willing to play with others today again. Which I haven't done in a while. Let's see how I go. Anyway, you see that? That's Razgrees. That's a Razgrees right there. That little thing on the back. Someone might say, why is the yellow thing going through the emblem? That's because this is not, like, a proper skin. This is... I was sick of the fact that this skin didn't exist. That looks kind of like this, so I just took a black F-18 skin that existed, and I just put that emblem on the back myself and painted the tops of the tail red. Because no one's made it, so I learned how to fuck with DDS files to do it myself. And I could fix it, so it doesn't look janky, but I'll do it when I have time and I feel like it. Skin design is not my passion, but it could be. I got some something stuck in my throat, sorry. I'm trying to drink some water to get rid of that. Jankad's character? It's mine. It's all mine. It was nice to discover that it really is that easy to fuck with skins, though. You just gotta fuck with image files. Nothing to it. Really, the only problem is my old copy of PaintShop Pro 7 I've used since I found it during high school, like 20 years ago, really struggles to, like... I think it can't use more than, like, 2 gig of RAM or something, so the texture file was too big, and it was like, oh, I can't save this, and it got really weird. I still massively prefer PaintShop Pro to Photoshop, though. I tried using Photoshop once, I just could not do it. Same as I've tried to use video editing programs that aren't Sony Vegas, can't do it. Can't do it, unfortunately. Let's just notch those missiles. Tamara says, first time watching War Thunder jets, there's a lot of beeps. Yeah, it's kind of how it goes. Back in the day with planes, there weren't any beeps. But as more things that could kill you happened more and quicker and more often, and, you know, things, easier ways to make beeps happen were invented, more beeping was out of the cockpit. Kim is free to use. I mean, so is MS Paint. I like using PaintShop Pro. It's as simple as that. You said that making beeps yourself? Yeah. No one knows that about biplane times. When a guy with a giant handlebar mustache chased you with a revolver in one hand, you were meant to go beep 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 yourself. The term locked on in modern air combat comes from the old days when Biggles would get behind a Jerry in biplane combat and say, I'm locked in! I'm locked in, everyone! This is real and not a joke, of course. I would never lie to you. I think there's another jet down there, and that's going to be bad for my health, but I want to kill this one, so I'm going to try to keep my lock on. Because if you keep your lock on, you actually get the hit a lot easier. Uh-oh. Do you see all the red? That's everyone who hates me. There's a lot of them. Ah! I really hope that wasn't like a long-range heat seeker behind me or I'm cooked. Well, so I'm slower than the planes that are chasing me, so that's not really going to end up well. Oh, my teammate saved me, cool. That's right, Delta, this is the ET time, yes. That is the perfect time to ET me, but luckily no one did. Rescues will preserve you. I hope so. I'm a big fan of Raspberries myself, so I hope she's a fan of me. Raisin says, does anything in War Thunder prevent someone from being a Chad who flies a biplane in Modern Warfare engagement areas? Courtesy to your teammate, to your teammates. It is possible if you queue up in a certain way with like groups, like 3 jet players queue up with a guy in a biplane, it'll like pull the biplane into top tier matches. I think. I've seen it done. It's not nearly as funny as you think. It's basically the War Thunder equivalent of being an influencer who goes into a supermarket and throws milk on the ground and like goes up and bothers people just trying to do shopping so you can get content. You're basically just making your team have an anchor that can't do anything. But if that is something that you enjoy in this world, no one can tell you not to do it. Now that's unlike ground battles, where in ground it is legitimately... Ooh, should I have shot that? Yeah, it's funny. It's legitimately very much a thing to bring older tech in your own ground lineup. Oh, Eurofighter! Oh, not for me. In my ground lineup, I legitimately, because I don't have enough vehicles of the tier I bought into with a premium tank that's at like 8 point something, I have like World War II era scout tanks still in my lineup, because they still do the job of scouting and you have multiple spawns. Harbeck says, it's like when Elon streams PoE. Well, I assume when someone is playing with the biplane in top tier, at least someone is having fun with their own joke. I think when Elon streams PoE, no one's having fun, including him. Riley says, I want to see one of those videos, but the influencer just gets punched in the face with no further acknowledgement. Nobody even turns to look at them and just throw the punch offhandedly. I see. Well, I was going to say try and manifest that for yourself, but I feel like that comes under inciting violence, so I wouldn't say such a thing on Twitch. But influencer culture, we do love influencer culture, don't we, folks? We're big fans of that. Everyone is, unilaterally. The Eurofighter's gun is very offset on the side, isn't it? That's like right on the right shoulder. Even more so, I feel like, than normal. It's like on the wing almost, it looked like. Elon's sucking terribly at PoE wouldn't be nearly as much of a sin as buying someone's account. Harbex is right. It's not just that he sucks, it's that he brought the account and also bragged as a top player. Yeah, I hear Elon's gonna be there for the Broken Arrow release. But he's been complaining about how Russia's going to be really OP. And how they need to fix the meta before the game's launched. It's probably going to be embarrassing for him again, yeah. He loves the Abrams. I don't know, I feel like he loves different kinds of tanks more. Tiger tanks, Panther tanks, Panzer IVs, perhaps. Maybe throw a Kuba wagon in there, doesn't just have to be tanks. No, I'm making a joke, Rebek. I'm doing a niche bit right now. It's good to be able to admit you're not good at something. You don't have to, I keep forgetting to change my missile loadout. You don't have to be good at things to enjoy them. You don't have to be good at things to even be interesting to watch. Look at me. I must be interesting to watch. I have to accept that because people keep watching me. I'm not particularly good at a lot of the things I do. I'm good at some of them. I like to think I represent an around average or sometimes a bit above average player in a lot of the games I like to play, but sometimes I'm very bad at things. I can still enjoy them. For instance, if this missile hits me, I'll be bad at this round. Why does it feel like there's a missile back on me? No, there isn't. I'm fine. Hey, Cat Battery, I hope you're notching those missiles. I literally am right now. How did you know? Tracy says, people keep watching me. Streamer didn't think XCOM was hard enough, so he demanded payment of AAA enemy account. Yeah, but is XCOM really that hard a game? I mean, it's no Dark Souls, is it? Oh, I see what we're doing here. Hello. Very interesting. Oh no. Shit. That was a Mika, that was Radar Guided, I think? Yeah. They surprised me of how much they offboard that, but I think that's the thing with the French missiles, right? I think that's like literally their defining characteristic, or so I've heard, is you have to watch out for how much they'll offbore you. Mika moment, yeah. I'm not like a player who's... I don't play anything other than the US Jet, so I haven't played them to know, but I've watched like enough here and there content from our YouTube War Thunder people to have seen them complain about like, or play as the French planes do the Mika moment, yeah. Mika is like very, very turny, very big turns. So I should... I don't know if I saw it as a French plane coming out, I don't think I did, but as soon as I saw it, as soon as I see a French plane, I should be very careful. Ever good at that shot? Yeah, yeah. So I have heard, yes. And so they were there. Brazenbull says, Dark Souls is skill-based, XCOM is Jake Sullivan's roller coaster of 99%. Conversely, XCOM is skill-based, and Dark Souls is just the RNG of if you're locked in that day. Think about it. And it says, you have to call it the French plane, because if you call it Macbeth to shoot missiles at you, that's an incredibly... I want to call that a reach of a joke. I did not do my missiles again. I want to call that a reach of a joke, but I don't even know what to call that banter. I think that's uniquely you, inimitably. Molly B says, Dark Souls was never a particularly difficult game. It's more difficult if you don't upgrade your equipment or use magic or summons. But yeah. What is the hardest game that I've ever played? What do you think? What you've ever played? I don't know why I made it about myself by default. Default human behavior. What's the hardest game you've ever played, chat? It's like a radio show, we're talking now. Speaking of you. The content is you. Dogger's pretty hard, says Croker. Yeah, PvP's a safe bet because that's going to be based on how hard the upper human is, and that's infinitely scalable. No matter how good you get at something, someone else can get as good as you or be better than you, and which is why PvP is always very infinitely replayable. Here we are in War Thunder. Hey Isaac, how are you? Little Lancehug says, your mom is infinitely scalable. Okay. Yeah, which for me then, yeah, whoa. It's almost cheating, isn't it? To say, oh, I'm gonna party out now. Say PvP, but let's go to PvE then. What's the hardest PvE game you've ever played? That missile is incredibly close, Jesus. Let's finish Lancer tonight. Was it fun? Enjoy yourself? Where do I want to go here? Let's go back to the team. Hey! Fire 2, get 1. I'll take it. Alright, I'm gonna chaff that. I'm gonna peel out this way because I don't like how many reds are probably sneaking up on me right now. So we're gonna leave. F-Zero GX story mode is brutal. RimWorld, yeah. Play Obscure. No, I'm not gonna play it, but Jam's played it. If you want to see more of it on the channel, ask Jam to keep playing it. She played a day of it. She seemed to like it. It looks cool. I want to watch her play more of it too. Are you wanting to kiss the ground for a moment there? Oh, when you see me do this, it's because Control is one of my hotkeys for turning my music up and down. So I was pumping Zero. And Control is also my nose down key, so you see how it works. Nightfire. Isn't that the James Bond game? Yeah, I never played that one. I never played GoldenEye in the Bond department. I don't believe that missile, that's not real. This one is, though. That jet is real, I mean. Another French jet, so if we get close to it, they'll wear the Mika-ing. They're notching, they know what they're up to. Oh, but I'm still on, because I'm keeping locked. Okay, we're off now. You see, I never played GoldenEye? No, I said I only played GoldenEye in the Bond department. They're notching, but I think they're gonna come at me. What are they doing? They're going away. That's what they're doing. They're gonna notch again. But are they gonna go aggressive? Yeah, they're going aggressive now. Now I have the dodge. The mine is gone. Okay, someone else got him. I gotta watch out because I'm not aware of who's around me right now. If I stay in the cloud, I can maybe make it a bit better here. Let's go like this. Okay, we got an F-15 up ahead. It's the only one left. We're good. That's the round. Didn't get any kills, but... Oh no, we did get a kill. That's right, at the start. Made a little dodgy with the French there. How are we pulling 11Gs without a shock collar? Shock collar? We're in the Hornet. You put whatever Gs you want. Actually, this fucking plane ruined the other planes for me. It goes slower than the other planes. And because of that, I was like... I had a few bad rounds, like a bad night with the Hornet. I was like, oh man, I'm gonna play the F-15 again. Or the F-16. I'm gonna go fast and still be agile. And I played the F-16. I was like, why doesn't this thing turn? And I realized how spoiled the Hornet has made me. Is when you play the Hornet, like even the Viper, and when you play the Eagle... When you play those planes, you actually have to like think about your movement and like do it in advance, like a jet pre the Hornet, and then you play the fucking Hornet, and the Hornet just turns. Oh, you want to go this way? You're going this way now. That's what the Hornet does, and it's really fucked the other planes for me. I just can't. It's not that I can't, but I don't want to fly anything with the Hornet now because it just does what I want. I love that. It's the plane that is the most fun to win in, because you can go really fast with the Eagle and spam all your AMRAMs and get some great strategic kills. But I like winning in the Hornet when I get to win in the Hornet instead, because you get to do the ace combat stuff. It's the most ace combat plane US has, and I really enjoy that. You like the Doritos? Yeah, I'd imagine so. How do my missiles? I'll never remember. Rival says Zero Syndrome. Playing Zeros and Spitfires breaks your brain for a prop. And Eagle will never do Araby with my poopy Topino jet. I'm sorry to hear it. Sorry to hear that, Isaac. That's a slightly diagonal tail, it just looks cool. Yeah, I didn't think of it that way. I do like how the Hornet looks. It is one of my fave plane aesthetics, I guess. Because I grew up with it, Independence Day. I got Jam's speaking of Hornets because I watched Top Gun Maverick again the other day. I'm doing that jet roleplay with Jam. I watched Top Gun Maverick with Jam once before. And she was pointing out things that didn't make sense in the story and the characters. I watched it again of her last time, and she was pointing out things that didn't make sense in their air tactics and what they were doing to the planes. I was like, I got you. I fucking got you, bitch. You didn't even know it. You do a little jet roleplay, little jet role-playing games. Now you're asking the right questions. Yes, why aren't they just going low now, back below the canyon, so that the SAMs can't shoot them? Very good point. Why are they not doing that? I don't know, because it makes the movie more exciting, but... why didn't I think of that before? That's true. I didn't even try to explain that. Damn, my wife's smarter at air tactics than I am. Shit. Fuck, it's a fun movie, though. No, it is. It's a great movie. The real reason is that I would never even consider asking that question, because I'm too busy watching that scene and going, oh my god, this is awesome. Oh no. Oh no, look out. Speaking of look out, have I actually evaded this missile? I'm not sure. That's okay, it's way above me. That must be a different one. There's another one coming by. Not again. Ibex says, I recently read Interceptor City. It's about fighter pilots and 40k Nemo books like that. It's actually a good one. I am completely dry on fighter content. I'm gonna watch the original Top Gun again soon, I think. Like, people don't make a lot of it that I know of. It's not like a booming genre. Like, it's not like YA fantasy or like romance paperbacks. Like, I don't know of like a lot of good like jet fighter content, you know? There's Top Gun. There's like some documentaries. I didn't chaff when there was a yapping, I just realized. Let's chaff, maybe. If it's above me, I think it might be cooked, actually. There's Ace Combat, there's Project Wingman, there's this. And you get all the Sims. But it's not exactly like a loaded genre, you know? It's definitely a niche. I feel like the missile is still trying to come at me, but I don't think it can come up here. I think we're fine. Game doesn't mirror image missiles you shoot, literally unplayable. You know, that was a bit of a dodgy missile from me. I'm lucky that didn't go onto a friendly. That was not a good one to do. That was asking for friendly fire. Riley says, book playing content is difficult because try describing 3D maneuvers in an aircraft without murdering the pace, you know, keeping the pace down, but describing the combat in vague terms. Yeah, well, I'm doing a text-based fighter jet roleplay with Jam, so I don't need to try it. I've been doing it for the past 6 months, I reckon. And I know what you mean, yeah. It takes effort. And I tend to rely on a lot of GIFs and pictures as well when I need to. You are not wrong. It is not a simple thing to do. Hello! Wait, hang on. Over here we've got... oh, 2 of them. He is. Eurofighter! Where's the Eurofighter? No, I can't see it. Oh! Oh god. It's gonna gun me. No, it's not. Where's it gone? There's an F-18 too. Where? I don't know, I gotta get this fucking Euro, I reckon. Get the Euro first. Fuck the F-18, I don't care where it is. Oh, I care now. I suddenly care. I also hope that doesn't hit a friendly! Europlane jump scare. Europlanes do jump scare me. They're just gonna be Man, the res just keep coming one at a time. It's like a movie fight scene. It's great. Like, the goons are coming at me one after the other. But, like, not so quick that I can't handle them all on their own. It's really good. There's 2 left. Two left, 1 missile. Now I got 2 missiles, but where's the other one? Is it 2-on-2? It's a 2-on-2. I'm the target. Which means they can jump on me, but if they're not here already, they're probably at their airfield. One of them. Or they're about to, you know, hit me from out of nowhere, but that's because I'm blind hunted, so I can't really deal with that. Let's not go near the mountains. Let's go up so that we can't be blind hunted so easily, because if they're gonna see me, I want to see their contrails at least. I have 9 minutes of fuel left. They seem to know where the enemy is at. I think they're also thinking they're at the far airfield. Let's get the contrail height and actually look around for enemy contrails. Yeah, the Goon's archaic, thank you, yes. Dylan says, Master Streamer, where can I get streamer mods like these? I know, they just kind of flew at me, it was great. I was a big fan of it, very big fan. There they are. Okay. We'll let the T-80, the flying T-80, take them first.
Check fuel.
They're dead. Nice! Good round.
Check fuel. Over G. Over G.
I was definitely hand-fed those kills. Any of them could have killed me. As soon as that Eurofighter showed up suddenly, I was like, oh no. But teamwork carried the day, for sure. Very good. Not as in, like, I worked in my team, just my team carried me. My team covered me, which is good. Because that Euro didn't get to go on me. Fix your missiles. Yes! Let's do it now. So, I mean, in that round, though, the Spam Ram loadout had a lot to say for itself. I wouldn't have wanted less AMRAMs there. Because I made a War Thunder YouTube video, and someone pointed out something I've been thinking about for a while, which is, like, you don't need to take all 10 AMRAMs, because you often don't use them all, and you could take a few more Sidewinders instead. That said, it just kind of works out for me. 10 and 2 works out for me. Like, in that match there, I don't know, 10 and 2 just works out, because you get to throw a lot of them out. You get to throw a couple or a few out at the start, not even think about it. Then you get to spam some more, and you have the Sidewinders for later. I don't know, like, 10 and 2 does work for me. Can I do, like, 3 and 9? I think you have to be symmetrical. I think you have to do 8 and 4, if anything. Which might be 1 AMRAM too little for me. Yeah, I have 8 and 4 there, I already have that. But I don't think you can do... No, because you can't change the singles into Sidewinders or AMRAMs. Alright, so I already have it, I just have to pick it. 10 and 2, 8 and 4. I don't know. I'm liking 10 and 2. Mina says, given my only exposure to this is Broken Arrow, what do you get from Sidewinders over AMRAMs here? So, the Sidewinder is easier to use. It doesn't require a radar lock, so you just sling it at someone. You just look at them and you fire. So it's easier to use, doesn't require a radar lock. Beyond that, the main thing is where they're effective. An AMRAM is a radar-guided missile, which means it can be spoofed by flying low. Also by notching and radar chaffing, but by flying low. Whereas the Sidewinder doesn't care if you fly low, it'll still guide onto you. However, Sidewinder is shorter ranged, can be spoofed by flares. So typically AMRAMs, radar-guided missiles are good from head-on, so when you're jousting, you want to be using an AMRAM, because it's very easy to flare head-on. Whereas Sidewinders will do well from the sides and behind at close range. I typically lean towards having more AMRAMs, because if you can't joust, you're fucked. If you get onto someone's side or rear, you're already in a good position on them and you can gun them. But if you're head-on with someone and you don't have a radar-guided missile, I mean, you can go low and, like, joust them, I guess, so that's... I guess it works either way. But typically, if you're not already in the right position for it, you're gonna want an AMRAAM so that you can fight that fight without having to, like, immediately lose it. I haven't used guns in this game, not as often as I like, but often enough. I'd say that, like, if you're looking for it, you'll be gunning, like, pretty commonly in your matches, as long as you survive to the dogfights. You don't use guns unless you're in a dogfight. They're not long-ranged, but to get into a dogfight requires you typically to survive to the later parts of the match. If you think of it like a battle royale, guns are the kinds of things that you're doing in the fights that happen at the end of the, like, the match in PUBG, at the end of the circle. In the final circle, where there's like 4 players left. That's where guns will come out. Riley says, in your mind, Sidewinders are a luxury, but AMRAAMs are essential. Yeah, but don't get me wrong, like, Sidewinders are really, really good in a way that AMRAAMs aren't. They also don't trigger the enemy's alerts. The enemy does not get a warning that they have a heat seeker on them. You'll still see the red missile diamond that is a game abstraction if you're looking. But you don't get like a beep 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 beep. That's an ace combatism. Only radar missiles give you a radar warning with most planes in this game. So they're like an ambush weapon as well. If you think of the Sidewinder like your sidearm, it's like your dagger or your short sword. The AMRAAM is more like your lance or your spear. They both have their place. But I mean, I don't know, they're expendable though. So I guess it's more like a throwing knife and this is a javelin, right? But they both have their place. And you know, I'd probably... It is probably kind of surprising that I don't feel the need to go 8 and 4. I don't know, I feel like when I use the Sidewinders, I really use them, and I don't typically need to spam, I don't know. I guess it's just my playstyle as well. Of where I end up positionally. Let's only fire one here and then fuck off, because they're already a bit close, and I imagine most of those enemies have already got my teammates' missiles on them. I have a lot of teammates with me there. Okay, we're gonna bust out now. They come around. So I want to get some more distance again. I want to cycle charge. Usually I would just like pull straight back in here. But that was... I found in my matches that was starting to maybe just like not really have a lot of intel or intelligence of how I went in again. So I want to give myself a bit more distance here, a bit more positioning, so I can get a better, wider view of the match before I go back in. What's this bleep bleep sound? That's the radar warning. Dee 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 is the warning that someone is locking you. But when it goes that's someone's launched on you and there is an active missile homing in on you right now. They're getting dogpiled, so let's not worry about them. Let's worry about targets who are not being looked at right now. That is one of them right there, is that? Or is that a missile? That has to be a missile, or we'd see it by now. So we won't worry about that. We have a J-17 up ahead, and I've just been potentially fired on. No, it's not a me. The other thing about the warnings, if you're not familiar with this game, is that a warning doesn't necessarily mean it's on you. A warning can just mean... Hang on. A warning can just mean it's on someone like in your zip code, essentially. Basically, the flashlight is illuminating someone near you and you're... Oh, they're already dead. And you're getting caught in the illumination of it. Why is there a Eurofighter behind me? I see why there's a Eurofighter behind me, oh my.
Over G. Pull up. Altitude.
Well, not why, but I see that there is one.
Over G. Pull up. Pull up.
I'm gonna go low now so we can do that thing where radar missiles don't shoot me.
Over G. Over G. Pull up. Pull up. Roll right.
This is bad. Oh, that's a heat seeker. Too late. Oh no, that wasn't. What? R-73. That is radar guided, is it not? No, that's a heat seeker. Yeah, I just flew into it, so it had the range on me. Because I didn't get the alarm there to talk about what we were talking about. Because I didn't get the alarm as that missile was fired on me. I should have realized it was heat seeking earlier and flared, but I didn't. I need to go to the bathroom, and I'll be back. We'll go again. One sec. Do Russians get the super long range arrow missiles in this? Yes! They're called ETs, Extended Thermal, I believe. That's what I know of that acronym as, but... Yes, R27ET, I believe it is the number. They go like 10 kilometers, and they're very hard to shake, I discovered recently. Because they've got IRCCM as well. They've got countermeasures on board that, electronic countermeasures that try to ignore the flares. I didn't realize they had that as well. They're very tough missiles. They're scary. Not a guy on a bicycle kamikaze, and you know, no, they're not. They're not indeed. That would be more at home in XCOM by the sound of your joke. Oh, I mean, it says I was referring to the quiet bleep bleep when you're not doing anything. Oh, like the bloop, 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 like all that stuff, all that Pac-Man stuff. That is new contact showing up on the radar. Or the radar warning, sorry. All the noises you're hearing are for the radar warning receiver, not the radar itself. The radar is our offensive tool, we use it to spot the enemy. Radar warning receiver is our defensive tool that tells us we have been spotted. It is essentially the fighter jet version of that eye in Skyrim that opens and closes as you've been detected. But it only has open or closed, doesn't have anything in between. Also, it's independent for everyone looking at you, so the Skyrim analogy is very bad, actually. Get out of his food. I'll talk you through what the RWR does this match, and you'll see. I think you already get it, but you'll see. People says, I love that Moobot subscription expires. Instead of spamming emotes, it's just shitposting. I do enjoy these periods as well of Moobot without a sub. Frankly, it's a grand assumption of mine that I've let Moobot do emote commands. Because it tells you without even thinking about it, I take for granted that people keep giving Moobot a sub. Which girl says, yeah, because the plane can tell when it's being hit by radar, that's right. That right there. Eurofighter, on my RW on the left there, E2K is Eurofighter 2000. Behind it there's a M29, MiG-29, F-18, that's the plane we're flying. And the noise is letting me know this contact just showed up on the radar for the first time, essentially. It's like, new message request. F-18 is trying to talk to you. And so you can see, it's directional and it's distance based on the RWR. So you can see if I point my nose towards them, there they are, they're all right at the north, and then my radar's picking them up as well. You can see on the box on the right there with the Pong thing going on, the Space Invaders bar. All the different contacts there, we can cycle through them, and you'll see that as I cycle through them on my main screen, it's corresponding with me cycling through them on the square on the radar screen on the right. The two solid lines around the target indicate I've targeted that. Apparently we've got some lag this match, that'll be fun. And as they're getting closer from the edge of the RWR circle on the left, you can see they're getting closer to me. Same with on the right on the radar. The closer they get from the top of the screen to the bottom, the closer they are to me. I can set the range. The top right now is set to 74 kilometers. If I bring it down to 37 kilometers, you can see that they're about halfway, so, you know, they're about 13 kilometers, right? 14 kilometers. What? No. Whatever half of 37 is, like 18. Anyway, that fast alarm, that's a launch. You can see it captioned above on the RWR as well. And you can see the missile coming in. Box 3's active guided missiles will show up as their own... Oh, I can't chaff. Oh, this is a really laggy match. Wow, this is really laggy. I think this is going to be a good match. I can't even drop countermeasures. Just going to make it a little hard here. There we go. I think we got rid of them. Yeah, the jets, the planes, that's right, as people say to Tamara, actually have parts on them that detect the radars. They have like little lobes that detect the radar beams. That is a missile right next to me. Ah! Fuck it! Okay. When the match is that laggy, it's kind of hard to tell what the fuck's going on, to be honest. I don't know if the one on my right, like, pulled back in on me. I don't know what's going on. We're just going to leave that match. It is rare for me to go, fuck it, I'm not going to learn anything from that match, but, the game is not working correctly in that match. Hello, back to Hangar, please. Classic streamer blames lag, that's true. Have you tried rebooting the plane? Well, that's basically what I'm doing now. We've basically shut the plane down and we're about to start it up again, haven't we? Oh, I got premium now too, thanks to Isaac and Benny, who reminded me of the War Thunder premium sale happening. I did not miss it this time. Isaac reminded me like 3 times. Thank you, Isaac. And because of that, I have a half a year premium now. So I can play tanks again. If I felt like playing tanks. Probably won't do it on stream, at least not at first, but I have the power now. Which goes says I really should play more Ace Combat games. If that's an ambition of yours, certainly. That's something you want to do. Go ahead. They're fun games. I really liked my playthrough of 7 that I did a few months back with all those mods on. I really liked that run. A lot of fun. I'd do that again. That was a good time. Those mods really transformed it to something new and different for me compared to the base game and compared to the other games. Though I haven't really played the other games. I've only played 6 in Assault Horizon. I've never played 5, 4, or 0. Just kind of like watch them. In the same way you would watch Final Fantasy on a YouTube movie playthrough. Whole of Final Fantasy, no commentary. That's kind of what I've done for a lot of the old Ace Combat games. It was 4 years ago? It wasn't. What? What? Don't gaslight me. 4 years ago, Chimera Squad was coming out. No, 5 years ago, damn. Chimera Squad was 2020, I think. Yeah, it was. Exodus says, can people stop hurting my feelings, please? Yes, let's all do that. How are your feelings about how the XCOM missions went on the last week in Exodus? Your wife was in one of them, right? So that's gotta be some kind of feeling. Somebody says, TC, Need Nation, all man. This is twice now, Semi, that you've treated the stream chat as some kind of, like, foxhole MMO general. Nah, I don't disagree with it. I think you're allowed to do it. Semi says, these are the range ramblings of Foxhole World Chat. I know they are. But are you doing it ironically, or do you actually need all man right now? Women can't survive Fox now, so think no, the women are already there. The men are being summoned to get on the front line with them. Yeah, Grenade says Foxhole have too many women who need them for diversity. We need some DEI hires, we need some white men. We don't have enough white men in Foxhole. It's a diversity initiative, we need more. Somebody says, no, I'm doing it to take out my frustration at you playing boring just instead of cool Battle Buffet or Marvel Rivals with me and Jam. Are you playing with Jam right now? C10. Why is there a C10 on the radar? What is that? Sammy, you called jets boring, yet did you watch my latest YouTube video where they are not boring? I know the answer is no. Oh, the answer is yes. Okay. Rate how boring the jets were in that. So it was boring? Okay, fair. That's still homing in on me, I'm a bit worried. It went past, I'm safe. There's Gefir C10. Ah, the Gefir, right. Hey, and I got one. Nice. It is sideways here, though, which means I'm in more danger than I need to be. I'm in grave danger. There's what I'm in danger to. Let's... Okay, let's be careful. I'm not being careful, I'm being greedy. I need to pull out. What's the point? Oh, but that's a good shot opportunity! Okay, I'm just gonna admit that I'm not being careful here at all. I'm being greedy. You shit! I think I'm just dead now. Yeah. Because that was greed. If I started pulling away back when I said this is dangerous, I would have not died to this J11, but I ended up just kind of like fumbling into the red line there. Which is why you don't greed, typically. It's more important to survive than it is to get kills. Sammy says, no, but I could be playing with her if you convinced her. I ain't convincing her of shit. If you want to play Rivals with Jam, you ask Jam yourself, like a big boy. We had a ratchet night of Rivals last night. We must have lost like 8 in a row. Oh my god. We just had every match one of those matches where like you just get pushed all the way and like you don't get any kills. Hellish matches. The worst. I've started playing Bucky lately though. I'm playing more characters. Bucky and Squirrel Girl. I'm enjoying them. And did she ignore me? That's so sad. I hope she doesn't forget that and then play Rivals later without inviting you, like happened last time, because that would be so funny. Molly B says, you greed cost the American taxpayer a lot of money right there. Yes, but I actually shot down an enemy, so it's kind of a trade. Unlike the Hornets that rolled off the Enterprise, or whichever carrier it was. So I have, in a sense, spent the American taxpayer's money rather than wasted it. The Truman, I think that's right, the Truman, not the Enterprise. Enterprise is gone, we dismantle it. Enterprise 5 is a few carriers away. Oh, really? I don't know. America's got a lot of big carriers, but at the same time they don't. I was reading about them recently, and there's less than you'd think. But also more than you'd think. There's more than 2, but I think there's like less than 10, right? Of like the really big ones, the ones you think of. German 11 or 12 super carriers, right. Which is a lot. But also not. Like... It's interesting, like, if America was actually to start losing them, like, that would be a very big problem. But America just doesn't. They just like, well, we just won't lose them. I feel different. Lucker says, random question, Mr. Beagle. Have you played Arma Reforger at all? Much more limited than a full armor, but much more approachable and amazingly strong. I have. And, like, yes and no. There's, like, pros to it compared to Arma 3. There's cons. I think neither game has still managed to recapture what made Arma 2 so fun and approachable. I think OFP and then Arma 2 were like versions of that series of game that were still comprehensible to the standard mind and like kind of still played like acceptable levels of jank. And I feel like beyond that, the games just became such a ball ache to work with, even if you modded them to be good and you had to mod them to be good. I feel like Bohemia just gave up the fucking ghost on giving a shit if the game came out like a buggy piece of shit anymore, or like was fun anymore. It's like, oh, the models will sort her out. Anyway, Reforger's kind of like that. It's like, oh, it's a tech test, so we don't have to make it good or finished, but also pay us like a game's price for it. Yeah. And I tried playing Reforger again recently, but you know, I played some PvP multiplayer. Like the PvE isn't very in-depth, and then the PvP multiplayer, it's just got that same old Arma vanilla PvP problem of like, you know, everybody's just lone wolfing and fucking you get shot from a bush, you never saw coming because everyone's spread out throughout the forest. Like, it's just annoying. High optics and everything. I'd rather play squad, and I don't want to play squad. Problem of Arma is, like I said, it's one of those games where Bohemia expects you to make the game yourself if you want a really good experience, and if you don't want a really good experience, it's not very good on its own. It's kind of shit. Arma 2, I don't know. So, Arma 2 didn't feel like that to me. Arma 2 actually felt like a good game on its own right, I reckon. It got better with mods, but it didn't need them to be a complete experience. You know what I mean? And that just isn't the case with the new ones. Hold on, look at that name! My god! What a name!
Altitude.
Alright, I gotta start paying attention to the matches more. No more yapping.
Altitude. Over G. Pull up. Over G. Over G.
Defense squid looks pretty. Yeah, I want one of those games that, like, I want those games to actually be fun gameplay, though, you know?
Pull up.
There's games, like with Armor Reforger and stuff, I don't know, like, there's a lot of style over substance. I want new features. I want new and better features. I don't want it to look prettier. I want it to run better. I want it to have better AI. I want it to have better gameplay mechanics. I want it to, like, actually bother to... Didn't see that, Hill. Time to put my glasses on. I want him to, like... innovate on the actual gameplay rather than just be like, it's the new one. Buy it. I did not see that. The mud hill blended in too well of itself there, that gentle slope. I need to put my glasses on, I could not see that. The perfect hill, the perfect ambush on me. I'd fucking love for Arma to have real competition. That game is a great example, that series is a great example of something... of a gaming series where it has no competition and it shows. Like, the closest is shit like Squad, that just isn't... like, it isn't the whole package. The thing about OFP and Arma is with the editor and everything and the full spectrum of Combined Arms Warfare. But it's not like they do it well, like, it's not like air combat is good in Arma, it's not like any of it is simulated particularly well, vanilla. But, you know, no one else really combines it all into this whole package of these big sprawling maps that you can do whatever you want on with custom content. No one really does that as well. Valkyrie says, I've been enjoying some aspects of Reforged. The movement like, feels really good, and the feedback on speed and sounds is solid. Issues at the end of the day is it's a hurry up and wait game. Yeah, and like... it just doesn't iterate on the things it needs to enough, I think. Like, the AI is still dog shit, and... like, it's which way, right? Like, either... you're gonna make the PvE better, so the AI needs to get so much fucking better. And the PvE needs to get so much fucking better. And then you can balance stuff around not always dying in every fight you take. Or... your tentpole for the game is instead PvP. And in that case, it's not so much about... it's more about making the game modes and mechanics fun to account for the fact that you are not going to win all your fights. Because in PvP, you'll never win all your fights. It's not how PvP works. PvP, you have to make a game that's still fun, even if you dying all the time and losing. Or, you know, not just dying, maybe the game is balanced around you getting suppressed and retreating from fights, instead of everyone just clicking on heads, like a traditional shooter. And the bold thing that Bohemia has done with the Arma series is they've chosen to do neither. They've really made neither better. They just kind of do whatever the fuck they want. Oh, just work on... their whole fucking series is like the messiest fucking Git project at this point. Like, just, oh, do whatever the fuck we feel like. Oh, we did this, we did that. And of course, they don't have to give a shit. They have no competition. What are you gonna buy that does Arma, that isn't Arma? It doesn't exist. There is no game, and if it existed, people would be playing it instead. Yeah, Valkyrie says that's the only MMO PvP thing. If you're having the fun of it, it probably isn't. Yeah. I mean, it's like Tarkov. Tarkov had that thing going for a while, and then that glut of Tarkov competitors came out, and then suddenly all the things that everyone begged the Tarkov devs to do to make the game easier and more fun to play for years were suddenly done in months. Weapons loadouts, PvE mode, all that bullshit, right? That people have been fucking begging for, like, please, it would just, I love your game, but it would make it so much easier to play, quality of life. All the little things everyone wanted. And then other games came out that were like, oh, we're like Tarkov, and we do that. Oh, wow, Tarkov has that in a couple of months. That's crazy. You guys couldn't do that for, like, fucking 6 years or something. Oh, but here it is. That didn't take you long. It's the same thing. Just when you don't have competition, and when monopolies are bad. Just sum it up. Monopolies are bad. Monopolies are bad. You want competition for a product like that when the people making that product are very happy to sit on their laurels. As the player, you want competition for that developer. Arc Raiders. Yeah, I want to try Arc Raiders. I saw a couple of videos of it. It looks kind of like Tarkov PUBG. So I like both those games. I'll try it. Tarkov ever had women? No, but mods did, thank goodness. Best thing that ever happened to Tarkov, apart from all that bullshit they did, is SP Tarkov, modded Tarkov with co-op. I'd play that again, but I really would need to rely on Cyclone to set it up for me again, because something about Cyclone's mod set, he was really good at that mod set. He did a great job of setting that up to be fun. And I know that if I tried to set up my own Tarkov mod set, I think it'd fall short. It just wouldn't be as fun as what he did for us, so... I think I just have to wait, and if Cyclone ever wants to play SP Co-op Tarkov again, I'll play it with Cyclone. I'd do it, but, yeah. You know, Cyclone's got shit going on. I'm not gonna go, like, order him to do it. Game's up. Monopoly's never sponsoring you again. Fuck Monopoly. You play America's Army? Briefly. I played it very briefly, because I just played the single-player tutorial part. The reason for that is that game came about during the older era of Australia, like early 2000s, where high-speed broadband was still not widespread in our country. So I was on 56k and I just couldn't really play a multiplayer game like that much at that point. I was happy just to get to play Counter-Strike at a certain point. But I think that came after America's Army for me. Because, to start with, Counter-Strike was a LAN party thing for me. We were playing in a LAN cafe. Valkyrie says, I'm not into extraction shooters, but Ark interests me just for the level of polish and detail on audio and movement. Yeah, which is completely the opposite of that other game called Ark, funnily enough. Yeah, I agree that when I've been watching a few videos of it, that's one of the things that makes me interested in actually trying it. It doesn't look like just a shitty cash-in clone. It looks like, okay, whoever's made this game is either a very polished AAA developer, or they're people who really give a fuck. You don't really see that level of polish unless it's one of those two things. It's either like some, like, Korean studio of more fucking money than God, who has a huge commitment to, like, that kind of presentation quality, or it's Call of Duty, or it's, like, a dev who just really, really prioritizes and cares about that level of polish. And the latter is what means the most to me. The latter is generally, if you find a small developer who's put that much polish into how their shit works, and their presentation, and they're not just doing like a shitty market store flip, probably worth checking out, is how I kind of see games. Someone who cares that much, and you can see that evidently through the visuals and sound, it's a good sign. It's a green flag. Spapetot says, 10,000 years of Talisman is still on the channel points list. You ever worry about Dragon of a Horde cashing in? I don't think about that. I don't think about that situation. I won't respond to it. No, I said I gotta stop yapping. How many high targets? Are they all low? You want higher targets because they're easier to get than low ones. Vigo would need to be streaming till he's 50 for that to be a real risk, says Incredon. Well, I don't know if you're planning on me dying in the next 15 years, but I'm on my way. So watch out. I'm not planning to, like, exit this career into public service at some point or anything. Like, we will get there unless I die horribly or not so horribly or something else happens. So, I mean, fingers crossed, Incredon. Fingers crossed, you know. On the living, to be clear. That's where I'm, hoping for. But, you know, fair enough. Whatever you have planned, fair enough. I mean, hey, I can't tell you what to expect about me. I mean, I guess I can. That sentence doesn't make any sense, but... Where do you see yourself in 15 years? I don't know. I can't tell you what to expect about me. Alright. Where am I gonna go? I'm kind of trying to make my mind up here. I'm gonna go left. I think I'll be okay here, even though I kind of like... Didn't really decide where I was going quick enough there. Oh, I want to get greedy on the F-15. I think I did it successfully. Yo! Okay, now this is the greed danger. There'll be enemies here on my right. I need to get back behind the canyons. It says, "Sir, earning my pen." Incredon. You mind telling me what you're doing? Reminding the streamer of their mortality.
Pull up.
I've got a Halo fact for you, Incredon, if you want to hear it, if anyone wants to hear my Halo fact.
Pull up.
Discovered it last night.
Pull up.
Halo facts, I love them. The Halo fact is Cortana is hot. Sorry. I didn't know this. I never found this out, despite knowing about Halo. But... Pseudo begs him. But, there's a weird way I discovered this, but do you guys know that channel of the bunny that makes Bloodborne cart doing animations of her OC? Yeah, oh, you know the video I'm talking about, don't you, Ricardon? Yeah. So I seen that one with the outtakes from Cortana. I was like, oh wow, I didn't know this. I didn't know any of this at all. Bunliff, yeah. Oh shit, I didn't know this at all. Holy fuck. Oh no, she's hot. Okay, that SU took just took a drinky.
Overachieve.
There's a lady in my head that calls me Stud Muffin. It's like, I understand now, I see. Never did the Halos. Like, we streamed Master Chief Collection for a little bit, right? We streamed the first one. I never didn't keep going with it. I wasn't an Xbox One guy. I was only an Xbox 360 guy. So I've done Gears, but I never did. Yeah, Nightmare Card. Sorry. I've done Gears of War, but I never really did Halo. I never really did them.
Lock.
Perish. Oh, way ahead of you, buddy. Oh no! Don't hit the friend. No! Oh, thank God. Barley says, I love how Microsoft named their new AI Cortana. I don't know, it's exactly the time the new Halo writers decided to make Cortana go apeshit and commit war crimes. You can't spoil the season 2 of that show, of the TV show, because I actually enjoy the show and I haven't watched season 2 yet.
Overachieve.
Hello, that's dead. Okay, there's only one more enemy left, I don't know where they are. We assume, whenever this is the case, you assume they're at their runway. You assume they're one of those people who went back to base to rearm at the start.
Overachieve.
See Halo 5, actually not the shit I've ever seen the show, yeah. People complain about it in the same way of like Rings of Power, but I enjoy both shows. You enjoy the show? Which part do you like more? Master Chief takes his helmet off or when he fucks? I'm thinking about it. I don't know. I don't know which part more. Victoria says, I'll admit it, I like it when the Libyan Spartan lifts warthogs. Yeah, me too. Lloydie Boy says, Cortana watching Master Chief have sex like my dog watching me eat dinner.
Check fuel.
Alright, the fuel situation is low. Where is this motherfucker? If they're not actually at the airfield... Are they one of these AFK fuckers who's just gone to like the edge of the map? Someone should blind hum, but I don't want it to be me. Ah! Perish. Eurofighter jump scare? It's always a Eurofighter! Why is the Eurofighter and French planes? Why are Europeans like the Five Nights of Freddy's of fighter jets? It's minding my business, then fucking out of nowhere, it's like, ah! It's a fucking EF-2000. the only Five Nights style game I'd play. It's like the same exact kind of game mechanics, but somehow you've put fighter jet, like, cosmetics over it. You have to, like, watch the security... no, it's not the security cameras. You're inside the F-35, and you have to watch all of your cameras that give you a perfect 360 view through your airframe for the one that the Eurofighter's gonna show up on. You have to ward it off with a certain ritual before it attacks you. Because the show is not Halo. The show feels like it's not Halo on most levels. Well, yeah, I mean, that's probably true. Like I said, I never really played much Halo, so it works for me. I hear the same complaint leveled at Rings of Power. That, like, it's not very Lord of the Rings, and it, like, flies in the face of Lord of the Rings and the lore of Lord of the Rings and everything, and it's not what the characters do, and the plot makes no sense and stuff. I don't really give a shit, because I'm not a big Lord of the Rings fan, so I just enjoyed the show as a show, I guess. I don't know. Similarly, I got to enjoy the, holy shit. I got to enjoy the recent new Devil May Cry anime on Netflix, because I know next to nothing about the Devil May Cry games. So I got to enjoy that, rather than the opposite. Really, it's a superpower, being ignorant. It always has been. I like a good himbo. I like Dante, the Netflix show. I love a good himbo, actually. Well, that show good. I actually really like the Fallout show. I thought it was gonna be shit, but I actually really enjoyed it. I mean, Goggins. Goggins is phenomenal in it. And so are the others as well. What are we doing here, Beagle? We're looking for, like, that shot, and then we're leaving. One Piece was good too, surprisingly. Yeah, again, zero investment in One Piece, the anime or the manga. I enjoyed One Piece as a Netflix show. It was kind of janky. Isn't really a word I use to describe like multimedia, like TV and movies. But I feel like it was a janky show, but I liked it. Same as many of the things just discussed, like the Halo show and Rings of Power and even the Devil May Cry anime. Like, there's a certain level of jank to them that I can detect even though I'm not into the media that spawned them. But I still enjoyed them. Oh, Generic Name says there's a rabid manga reader. It's pretty solid adaptation. Well, there you go. And there was something about the woman who plays Nami in it that I knew her from something else. What was it? I can't remember it. What else does she do? Is she like a voice actress in something I like or something? I can't remember. Or was she just an actress in something else I like? What's the deal with her? She's myself. Ah! There you go, yes! And then I watched Delicious in Dungeon, and I love Delicious in Dungeon. There you go. See, Delicious in Dungeon is the opposite. Delicious in Dungeon is no jank, incredibly polished, to bring that back from the gaming talk from before. Incredibly polished, in my opinion. Because one of the greatest strengths of that show, that makes me forgive anything else wrong with Delicious whenever it does have something that's like, you know, I might otherwise call jank, is that the show's world is so well thought out and like, well, it has such depth to it. It's like, it's kind of like an immersive sim as like a show or a movie, you know what I mean? It's like a Helldivers or a Deus Ex, a Prey, but as a thing you watch rather than you play. I like that. I like when you're, you know, you're watching something, you get to really get sucked into the world because the world has the rules that it establishes, and that's kind of like how what the episode is based on, right? Like it bothers to go like, well, there's a reason this is that way, and we're gonna explain it to you. Love that. Very fun. Very, very fun. And good characters too. Love that. Audience session dropping the police Senshi panty shot. Wait, where is my?
It's ready.
Reasonable says Freeridden DID sprinted so that heaps of isekai slop could ooze on the floor. I can see very... so I've watched like 5 or 6 episodes of Frieren of Jam. Frieren, however you pronounce it. I can see why it's good. But I'm also not ashamed to say that it was kind of a bit slow for Jam and I, and we started watching it on like 2 times speed. Because we were like interested, but we did not want to keep investing that amount of time into how slow it was paced. But that is also clearly like part of its quality. That slow, patient pacing. We just didn't really want it. We weren't really that into it. And then, you know, we didn't keep watching it after that night, honestly. But, you know, I'm not saying that makes it bad, it just wasn't for us. I can see what makes it good. And it is that. I'm not scared of missiles, they can't hurt me. There's a lady in my... There's a lady in my helmet that tells me Aubergy, I'm fine. I feel like I'm about to die though, because I can't get away from the one behind me and I think my team is dead. Yeah, I'm dead. PL-12, is that radar or a Heatseeker? I would guess from how low I was, it's Heatseeker, but... No, it's radar. I just wasn't low enough because of the hills. The broken terrain made it so I couldn't stay low. Terrible position to be in. I might switch to some Mechabellum because I recognize at this point that I've entered the part of the War Thundering where I keep saying, gotta pay more attention now, and then I'm never gonna pay attention again, and the next 2 hours will be me continuing to talk about anime and video games while getting into situations like that without paying attention. Generic Name says, Isekai for me is junk food. It can be tasty and fun in a thoughtless ways, but lots of it is garbage. I agree. I don't need a show to be super, like, a beautiful piece of art or anything to enjoy it. The problem with most Isekai, though, is, as you said, is it's beyond that. It's not just, like, fun, but stupid. It's just garbage. Because most of it follows the standard anime tropes of, like, harems, gratuitously misogynistic, well, like, sexualization, objectification of women, fan service. Just shitty shit in general. What was the last one I enjoyed? Last and only. I remember watching Log Horizon ages ago. Like, I'm talking like fucking, must be 10 years ago. But, I feel like it wasn't very good either. It kind of, like, whets your appetite, though. Like, you want a good one. Because it's fun. It's a fun concept. It's like Gate. It's a fun concept. If you could just stop being fucking weird about it. It's modern time novels. Yeah, like, it could be a fun concept. And it doesn't have to be good. Just stop being fucking weird. Stop being fucking creepy and weird with it. And you got me. Oh, there's like a fantasy world. Sure, like, it doesn't even need to be an isekai. Just like, you got like a fantasy world. A protagonist is either from the modern world or isn't. Whatever, I don't give a fuck. There's like RPG-like mechanics. Okay, cute. This allows for interesting, like, cute little situations. Run with it. Well, yeah, then my hot Brazilian girlfriend, first time Shadow, says, so you don't want sex slaves, you're gonna be crazy. Yeah, it's like, oh, but we could have that. Like, well, do we though? Couldn't we just have the other stuff? It's like, I want to watch the Skyrim anime, sure. I don't want to watch the Skyrim anime with all the mods from Lover's Lab on, though. I don't need that shit. Not necessary. So yeah, I got no problem with, like, the concept. It's a fun concept. Dr. Hayden says, too many creepy power fantasy web novels are getting contracts of being adapted into proper novels and anime. They should adapt my one instead, about a commander who saves the world from aliens and then discovers that aliens are, I don't know, real Americans. I know where to go with that. Nice snack. Chimera Squid adaptation. I mean, we all know that in, like, any good XCOM adaptation, the commander is a side character.
Pull up. Pull up.
We don't need to watch fucking Ender's Game, where it's like he pushes his glasses up, and does some shit. Just make him a side character. The more interesting stuff is, like, the soldiers.
Pull up. Pull up. Over. Pull up. Pull up. All right. All right.
Alright, I'm not paying attention again, which is why it's Mechabellum time, but first... Holy shit, China! It's fucking China! Look out! Ooh! Needed to pull up more. That was my gun kill and I fucked it. I didn't pull up enough. Drifted into the water. Terrific time to switch to Mechabellum. I have the urge to play more War Thunder because that was almost my gun kill and I was going to be pleased. But I'm not paying enough attention, so we're going to play Mechabellum now. Another game I like to play. Get a good hour War Thunder. No, I like War Thunder. I'm back on it again lately. Mechas? Generic name says Gate about the rampant nationalism and brain-dead opponents would be great. Yeah. But the author wasn't even confident putting the modern JSTF against a competent fantasy army. He had to fucking nerf fantasy elements of magic access. Yeah. Yes, unfortunately, the author of Gate is not a good one. Have you seen Warfare by chance? No, but I would watch it. I would watch it. I am aware of it. Do I want to play Mechabellum, or is there something else I can play? I don't really have, like, a dumb game right now. A game that I can play while I'm kind of stupid. Nebulous, ain't it? Do I have, like, a dumb game? Let me look at my games. Solitaire? That's not a dumb game. Also, never really played Solitaire. That's like that was a game for my parents when I was growing up. I never got into, like, the Windows card games. Future Cyber says, very good movie. It's not a bad Seal movie, lol. It's a Seal movie? Apex Legends? I don't think so, Sammy. Lucas says, literally not a single JSTF soldier died in Gate. Like, one took an arrow to the knee. Oh, we've discussed this so many times on this channel, yes. How interesting the concept is if you didn't make it a weird propaganda piece of the JSDF with your strange lolicon harem shit going on in it, yes. Again, great concept, terrible execution, terrible author. Why can't men just jerk off before they make media? You could just jerk off before you made Gate, and you could, like, at least remove some of the problematic shit from it. Jerk off, bro. Just do that and then write your script. But no, they're gonna be like that D&D DM. They're gonna be like the Piss Forest. You gotta put your fetishes on us. Dare you enter my magical piss realm? I don't want to. I'm not gonna continue watching this. Which girl says, wait, is Gate who would win post-Pterodactyl full series? It's... Gate is... a... author who very much wants the Japanese self-defense force to be good, makes them the protagonists conquering a fantasy world with magic in it, and it's slop. It's such slop. Even done in the way of, like, the army slaughters everyone with no balance to it. Even doing that is an interesting story, potentially. Handled with, like, any kind of care or nuance for the loss of human life. It is not that. It is... Gate is basically, if you've ever looked at Stellaris or any of those things on YouTube, and then keep getting those fucking recommendations of, like, oh, the Imperium! Playing Stellaris is the Imperium! And it's like just like a 4-minute shitpost video of, like, fascism and xenophobia, but as a video game meme shitpost. That's basically what GATE is, but for the Japanese Self-Defense Force. It's just that. Oh, and then throw in the weird, like, lolicon harem stuff. Just bad. Prison says, but Biggs, how will we include the unnecessary harem if mangaka yerk it before writing isekai? I'm starting to see what asexuals feel. But she's actually an ancient demigoddess. Yes, of course, she's not actually a child. She's thousands of years old. And she gets horny when violence happens. Oh, man. Ugh. Stop talking to Gate about me. Stop talking about Gate with me. Stop talking about Gate to me. I'm looking at my Steam list right now. I'm trying to pick something to play. Egan says, I just arrived at that sentence. I'm very... to hear that. I think it'll be Mechabellum. I think Mechabellum it will be. It's fine, because I can still half play Mechabellum while yapping. You just spend 60 seconds of your preparation phase talking, and then you spend the next 60 actually doing your turn. Spaceforce says, what's your opinion on the new Pope? My god! What? What's my opinion on the new Pope? I don't know the guy! What do you want me to say? I don't give a shit. I don't know fucking anything about the new Pope. That's a kind of a lie. I like, saw a Reddit post this morning. I clicked on the comments to see people be like, the Pope trash talk JD Vance, and he's like, pro-immigration, and he's only neutral on homophobia? So he's based? Like, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about the Catholic Church or the Pope. Great, whatever. Like, he could be worse, I guess. Cool. I'm glad he's maybe more progressive. I don't give a fuck. They're not going to change the Pope because of me. What are you going to do with that? What are you doing with my opinion on the Pope? Space says, I won't know how to feel about him if my favorite streamer doesn't tell me how to feel. How do you want to feel about the Pope? And I'll enable that for you. We could have had Pope Pizza Boiler. I'm hungry now. My opinion on the Pope? Here, I'll sum it up for you. This is the only way I know how to. Hang on. In fact, I have to go to the bathroom again, so you can just watch this as your punishment. Is autoplay off? Yes. Watch this. This is my opinion on the Pope. Okay. Okay, sure. Oh, is it over already? Damn, that didn't last very long. Now you've been sitting here looking at all this. What are my recommendeds? The Good Place. Throwing on Purpose. Oh, and Assault is good. Schmumpsons, I've been watching that lately. Jesus Nut. Okay. You're looking at Ender Season 2. I have not started watching yet, so no one is allowed to discuss it at all. You'll be permabanned from my channel. Also, I know what I'm watching now. I mean, we know what I'm playing now. I'm going to play Rivals. Jam's going to play with me in 10 minutes, so I'm going to play a round of Valor, but I'm going to play some Rivals. That is my dumb game right now. Someone just left a YouTube... I just looked at my... Someone left a YouTube comment on a 10-year-old XCOM 2 video saying, are we sure that building was in the Witch's Labyrinth a la Madoka Magica? I can't get away from Madoka. It's been a while, but I can't get away from Madoka. It's getting me Madoka reference, yeah. I'm gonna play Rivals. That's a dumb game I can play. Be gone, Mechabellum. It's not your day. Shame Beaks forgot the tournament playoff, didn't forget. Yeah, you could have seen something come up. And then I just don't come back to the stream, then that's the stream from that point on. For Marvel Rivals, I am going to play it. Can't get a stolen Trans Valor. What's this? No, do I want to know?
Connected.
Also, where's my music? Let me see your Madoka. This is a joke I made? I don't remember that. I can't remember my own jokes if that was me.
What's this? Oh, that's a good... Maybe a good Squirrel Girl skin coming? Hang on, you can't see this right now. This is a launcher. There's a good rocket skin. And maybe a fun Squirrel Girl one coming. I'm playing Squirrel Girl now, so I want a good Squirrel Girl skin. It's like a year ago now, so don't blame it. Yeah, it just goes in one ear, out the other with me. Or in my case, as a streamer, it goes out of my mouth and never comes back. It's the great thing about it. Playing very loose and fast from the hip at this point in my career. That's why I just put that video on. Just walked away. Ego would have done that 2 years ago. He's crazy now. Alright, Marble Rivals. And I'm gonna name the title... And you know what? They can't tell me to not name the stream White Queen Mind Control, because that's a quote from the game now, so they can't get mad at me or anything. I bet that auto mod probably wouldn't even let you say that in chat. You'd probably write White Queen Mind Control, and it'd be like, oh, suspicious comment, racial. And the clip. You're quick, you're fast. Hello? Oh, I have to, you guys have to wait for a second. I have to restart OBS in admin mode. Don't leave! Don't leave my stream! Or do whatever you want. But don't! Hang on, I'll be right back. One sec.